This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
Hey, great friends, what's happening? It is a Monday afternoon. This is Monday. This is Super Bowl week. Super Bowl Sunday at SoFi with the Rams and the Bengals. We will be on Radio Row on Thursday and Friday. We'll have reports from Radio Row as the week goes on, and we are just underway here. For those of you listening on ESPN 1090, glad to have everybody listening. For those of you watching on TV at night between 7 and 8 p.m. on Channel 4 San Diego, Cox Your View, glad you guys are watching. To all of our YouTubers, we'll be involved in the YouTube chat as the afternoon goes on, and audio podcasters. I always love it how on like a Sunday, I'll have somebody hit me up on Twitter from something they were listening to on like Wednesday. So for audio podcasters, I know you guys do it on your own time. Come find us on Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, TuneIn, Amazon Music, and anywhere else where you get audio podcasts. Along with Grande and the Brown Man, this is Kaplan and Crew. Hey, fellas, before we get started, let me address the visual part of today's broadcast, if you don't mind. You know, I've told this story, and it's been a total headache, and it's been months on end. But in, I want to say, October-ish of last year, massive flood in my house turned out to be a disaster. I was able to broadcast from the home studio that I built until the end of 2021. Then I had to move and get everything out. So I'm literally still in the process of moving and rebuilding. On Friday of last week, I had some TV monitors hung. I was planning on putting in the brick wall this past weekend, didn't quite get to it. Uh, and here we are on a Monday. And frankly, I just look like a mess, man. I mean, I got cords coming down from TVs. Browner, you're an art connoisseur. See this piece right here over my right shoulder? Over my
I see you. I see what you're working with. Yeah.
trying to figure out which direction I should be pointing. Yeah, I just put that there to cover up the wall and to cover up the wires hanging from the TVs. I got glares going on all over. I mean, I'm a freaking, for those of you that are watching on TV, okay, and you look at yourself and you go, how do these unprofessional idiots get themselves on television? I don't know. I don't have an answer. We were radio guys. They put us on TV, man. I'm trying to make it look sweet and dope, but right now it looks like a giant mess. Ugh, look what's going on here.
See what happens when we're not involved in building the studio? Look at this. Look at this. The second him and I get taken out of it, now you got TVs all unsquarely put behind each other. How you gonna squeeze another TV in between the TVs? Like,
I'm not putting another TV. I decided rather than the 4 TVs that the previous studio had, I'm going with 2 TVs rather than 4 TVs.
So what's with the third TV on the left? On the right, I mean.
Well, the third TV, the third TV over here is covering the archway from room to room in my crib, so that, because this is a new crib, so what's going to happen here is I'm hanging like curtains and stuff so that you would never notice the difference. But I actually kind of thought, well, as we get started here and I'm going through this transition, I kind of thought, I'm a put it all out there kind of guy. I don't hide very much.
Right.
I just sort of say things. I can't control my mouth more often than not. And
I
I
can
thought
relate.
I thought in this case, I was like, let me show everybody how I transitioned from the old studio in the old house into a new home studio in a new house. But let me have everybody see that how the progress of constructing the studio. So for weeks, I've gone here without having any TVs on the wall behind me. And I only had this big ass TV, but I didn't. This weekend, there were 3 things I was trying to get to that I didn't get to. Hanging the curtains above these doors and putting up the wallpaper that looks like bricks. Those are the 3 things I didn't get to this past weekend. What are you laughing at me
Are you
for,
still
man?
doing the brick wallpaper?
Yeah. Right.
Different
Well, I
colors.
thought we said no to that.
No. But you said instead of going with the exact same look of the previous studio and
Right.
replicating it, do something new and different. So I did. So I'm changing up the colors. I'm changing up some of the background. I'm not going to have 4 TVs. I'm only going to have 2 TVs behind me. So I'm making changes, but I haven't. But
I'm not
the
a
thing is this. You know what
wallpaper
I need?
expert, but
You know what I need?
Give me one of those TVs. I need it for in here. How about that?
Okay, you can have it. I've got extras. I mean, can I just tell you guys this? Here's what I need so badly, and somebody tell me this. I need a handyman, because here's what I have found in a move.
That's how some good movies start.
Really? I need a handyman? No,
Mm-hmm.
no, no, no. That's different. That's a different kind of handyman.
Pow.
That's a
I'm
different
here.
handyman.
I'm here to hang your TVs.
Yeah.
Or is
No,
he got a
seriously.
pipe problem?
Like what I realized is this is that one, I don't have any tools, okay? And two, I can't find any of the things that I used to have that would like, you'd hang stuff up.
This
I
is how
can't
much I
find
know
any of it.
about. Listen, this is how much I know about what you do have and what you don't. You have a ton of tools, by the way.
I know I
I've
can't
seen
find
them.
them. I
I've
can't
used
find
a
them.
lot of them.
I know. But don't you understand? This is the hardest part about moving. And in particular, remember, I didn't move because I wanted to move. I didn't move because I was like, hey, you know what? I found a better
That's
place.
true.
I moved because it was an emergency situation. So a company, I don't know what exactly it's
I
called,
think
this
you
kind of
found a
company.
better place though.
Oh,
Yeah.
much better place.
Oh,
Much better.
dude, it's very, very West Coast elite.
Oh, you been to it?
I went there yesterday.
No, I haven't seen it.
Alex stopped by yesterday. He was on his way up to LA. And because I'm Coastal Elite, I was able to say, hey, can you stop over? He did.
Mhm.
Picked up some equipment, picked up some gifts and some goodies for you, Browner.
Yeah,
You
I got
know?
some stuff for you, Browner.
Ain't nobody
Yeah.
told me about this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'll be the last to know around here about
it's
everything.
it's a
I
very
should probably answer my phone.
it's a very nice place. That's all I'll say.
Oh,
Very
yeah,
nice
it's
place.
nice. No, it's
Yeah.
nice. I got super lucky. I mean, really lucky. It's a very hard market to buy a house, as Alex knows. Very difficult thing to do right now.
now
The
when you got
market's
that
on
18
fire.
milli though.
Yeah, but when you're
You know
trying to
what's
rent
funny
a
is that
house,
it doesn't on camera.
yeah,
In person, it looks cool.
yeah.
On camera, it doesn't look that great yet.
Yeah.
Like when I was in there, I was like, "Oh, this is pretty cool." Like I saw what you were doing, you know. And
Well,
now,
label one of them TVs for Browner, and I'll come pick it up
Dude, you come pick it up whenever you want. When you come, bring a drill and help me do some things, will you?
for sure.
All right, appreciate that, dog.
for show.
Because you probably don't even need a ladder to do the things I need, and I need a ladder for those things.
So how permanent is this move
You're
now?
a medium height guy.
You're putting some serious time into this.
Well, I mean, listen, the previous house, okay, look, I'll tell everybody straight up. So when you get divorced, it's the worst thing that ever happens in your life, in my opinion. Getting divorced is the worst thing. A friend of mine once said to me, he said, you could get cancer or you could get divorced. Which would you rather have? And I was like, I'd rather get divorced,
I
And
would
so,
rather make the chemo appointment at this point.
well, all I'm saying to you is that it's a very tough thing to do,
Is there a neither
and
option?
yeah, yeah. There's got to be right a neither option.
Right.
Can I get the neither? And the
Yeah.
bottom line is, I've told people this before. It can crush you financially. It really can. And so when I sold my house, I rented a house. Then the house that I rented, that I was in, and I was happy for a couple of years. The pipes burst, turned into a disaster, and now I needed to find another place. Well, you're not exactly walking out on the streets finding a brand new house to buy because the prices have completely gone out of control. Alex, you got in at a great time. Thankfully, Gary Cooper and his team worked with you guys, and you guys got in at a great time. So I rented this place for about the next year, maybe two, but I want it to look dope. I want
Yeah.
it to look, and right now it looks like crap.
Shout out. It'll get where it needs to be. It'll
Yeah.
get where it needs to be.
Yeah.
You just gotta hang some curtains. I don't really see you as a curtain hanging man.
No,
But
I'm not capable.
But
that's what
here's
I'm
the thing
saying.
too. Like I know Browner's always giving me and you like this whole coastal elite, label.
Mhm.
But what Browner, I'm not throwing any specifics under the bus here, Browner. But
Oh, here we go.
what Browner fails to mention is that let's not forget he's not in a shed anymore. He's got his own studio. His own studio.
Come on, man. Don't put me out there like that.
Dedicated space is all I'm saying.
Don't put me out there like that. Don't tell my business in the street.
Dedicated
Straight up
space.
for real, dude.
So there's 2
Mhm.
people out of 3 in this show that have dedicated space for studio stuff. They're not in a bedroom, and that's top right corner. Top right corner. That's all I'm saying. If we're talking coastal elite here, Browner, 2 of the 3 of us.
Hey,
So
man.
Browner, look, here's the bottom line. So I had these TVs hung up behind me last week. Okay. The TV that I had been using is over here. It's the one with the big glare. I put the 7 Mile Casino sign in front of it just to try and, block it off a little bit. I got the new wallpaper for the back that's going to look like bricks, even though I'm changing up the colors and everything. And I've got these curtains that are like noise reducing curtains that are going to really look great and it's going to help the sound. But the fact of the matter is I was doing so much this weekend. One thing is really interesting. Gosh, I got to get back to talking about
He
like
tried to
Super
pawn
Bowl and
off.
sports.
He tried to pawn off somebody's stuff from his garage, dude. I get
Dude.
there and I'm like leaving, and he hands me the stuff, for the show, gift cards for you that I have, Browner, all this other stuff. And he goes, "Hey, by the way, while you're here, let's go
You
through
have
my garage. You want this that I don't
You want
You
anything?
want this that I don't
Well,
want?"
and so here's the thing, but here's what my daughter did yesterday. My daughter and my girlfriend yesterday, you know what they started to do? I've never done this before because I thought I'm just going to donate all this stuff, you know. They started taking pictures and putting it on like offer up
Yeah, for
or
sale.
dude, I had like tons and tons of bubble wrap that I was unpacking boxes. We put it on next door. People came and picked up the bubble wrap for free. We put on next door. Hey, we've got lots of boxes. If you're packing and you're moving and you need boxes and you don't want to buy them, come get them. People came and got these boxes. I had people show up yesterday. Literally, my daughter posted a picture of an old dining room table we had, posted it. Family came over, picked it up, took it, put it on the roof of their car, took it away. Other people came and picked up a dresser that we had. I mean, this was stuff I was going to donate and just give away and throw away, which I would have gladly done. But people want to buy stuff, and it's hard to get furniture. You know, you hear about like how you
Oh
can't get
man.
cars, you can't get furniture. You go to a
Ooh.
furniture store, you're like, hey, I'll take that, that, and that. And they're like, yeah, it'll be here by next year.
Yeah, it's not a good look. I don't know how any of these furniture places are making money. Like IKEA is backed up for like months. Anything that has to do with wood. Most of
Yeah.
their stuff is now plastic because of that.
So anyway, listen. So for those of you that are listening, you don't know the difference. This doesn't matter. You don't care. For those of you that are watching, you're like, what the hell is going on? This painting right here behind me, I can't even tell which side.
Other
This
side.
painting over here, this is my friend Bill Pugh. Bill was the original program director of Extra Sports 690 back in the day. His brother is Dan Patrick. He wound up, you know, he was really one of the most influential guys in my personal career, and he painted this for me. And I can't wait to put it on a wall. But right now it's covering up the mess that is behind me. So that's what's over there. Then the 7 Mile thing is covering up the big TV and these TV, and there's wires on the floor. I mean, listen, I'm an honest to goodness mess. Okay, I admit it. I acknowledge it. All right. So thanks for sticking with me. Radio listeners, you don't care. Audio podcasters, you don't give a rat's ass. It's the TV viewers and the YouTubers that are like, Kaplan, clean up the mess, man. Who has a handyman for me? That's my question. Who has a handyman for me that can do the work that I can't do because I'm not man enough or handy enough to do it? Who's got a man for me? Who's got a handyman?
Who's got a
Yeah, and then
man
when you
for-
get that guy, share his info so we could all get some stuff done.
Yeah.
No, not me. I do my own stunts.
Who's
I'm like
a
Tom
great
Cruise.
friend that's in the handyman business that can come up here and do some handiwork?
That's a
Anybody?
good question. That's a good question. I don't
We
know.
gotta
I
have
don't know.
I
We
should
gotta
have
have
TV behind
handymans.
me.
You should. I've got extras.
See, I can
do.
bring you one back. You want me to bring you one back?
Yeah, I mean, might as well, right?
Yeah,
Might
do
as
it.
well.
Do
Might
Just
as
gotta
well.
buy it. Just gotta buy a bracket.
I think I may
Put
have
'em out.
that too. I may have that too. I'm not joking, man. I'm not joking.
So send the bracket, the TV, and the handyman this way. 'Cause I ain't putting that up. I'm gonna shred my walls down, dude.
All right, look, we're just getting going. It is a Monday afternoon. We are in the 7 Mile Casino Studios. This is Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man. This is my favorite time of day, man, when we all get a chance to hang out together. Me, you two guys, and all the guys and all the gals and everybody who's around Southern California that likes to tune in all the different formats. So I'm glad everybody's here. For those of you watching, excuse my mess. I promise you, I'm working on it, man. I am working on it. All right, let me start off with this. So it is Super Bowl week, and the NFL is center stage. I mean, that's what America and sports fans are talking about right now. NFL football. Let me ask a quick question. Did anybody yesterday dedicate any time of any sort to watching the Pro Bowl? Did anybody put in any time in front of a television watching the Pro Bowl yesterday?
No, only a degenerate would watch the entire Pro Bowl and put money on it. I barely knew it was on.
Yeah, I'm not talking about betting on it. I'm just talking about did you watch it? Because here's the thing about football.
No.
Here's the thing. When football season starts, we're all so excited. Football season, man. Training camp is here. Even the preseason, guys like me who are like, I don't watch preseason football. I would never go to a preseason football game. But you're getting the vibe and the fever and the feel. Hey, it's football season, you know? And then you get that first week, that kickoff, a big game, a big matchup, and then we're off and running. And it's now an 18-week deal, not 17 with 16 games. It's 18 weeks with 17 games. And since the 18th week, we've now had 4 weeks of playoffs, the wild card round, the division round, the championship round, a week off for the Pro Bowl. And here we are now into what will be mid-February, when the Super Bowl is played.
Yeah.
So
The
this
season should
past
be
week,
over
right,
if it wasn't
under
for the
normal
extra week.
circumstances, it would be, but we got the extra week, right?
A year ago today, the Bucks won.
1 year ago today,
Today.
on
Yeah.
February 7th, is
Yes.
that today's date?
Yes.
Okay, the Bucks won a year ago.
Mhm.
Okay. So there was a part of me yesterday that was like, it's Sunday. What am I doing? Don't I need to sit down at 10 o'clock and watch all these games and then hang out at 1 o'clock and watch all these games? And then Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth at night, Sunday Night Football, watch all these. There was no football, but yet there was football. And as much as I'm a football junkie and I will watch high school football, I'll watch Division III college football. I will watch any football except the Pro Bowl. No interest in the Pro Bowl at all. And I know a lot of people come on the air on Mondays and they just rip it and say the NFL should kill it and it's the dumbest thing ever. And how do they make it better? I don't have that opinion. My opinion just is I just don't watch. Not interested. I don't watch the NBA All-Star game. Not interested. I don't really watch. I don't love the Major League Baseball All-Star game. I'm just not into them. And the
I
Pro
w-
Bowl does nothing for me.
I think the Pro Bowl needs to turn up the individual competition to the guys who get selected and offer higher cash prizes to guys who compete. And I think that would make more of a watchable scenario than the actual physical game, because football is such a physical sport. They need to find a way to make the game entertaining. Like Tyreek Hill was racing these three other guys who I had never heard of, and he didn't even try. And it was like, oh, Tyreek Hill got beat by these dudes. Like, that was worth watching. But the rest of the actual game, no.
Well, I think here's the thing why the NFL is not in a hurry to change anything. They got 8 million viewers in 2020, and that's more than the NBA Finals get for a game. So I think
The Pro Bowl?
the Pro Bowl gets
Whoa.
7.97 million viewers. Well, that was, 2019. And that is higher than what an NBA Finals draws. So,
Wow.
yeah. I mean, I did read a great idea, though. Instead of, people are saying, let's get rid of it and all this, they do a bunch of cool stuff like the quarterback challenge. They're doing like
Right.
dodgeball and stuff. Like
Do
that's
all that stuff.
that stuff's fun to watch.
Mhm.
I think someone came up with a great idea. And I know it won't happen, but it's a great idea.
Hmm.
You get the worst two teams. So Jaguars, Jets.
Mhm.
Winner of the game gets the first pick of the NFL draft.
That's instead of the Pro Bowl?
And yeah, like because this is that week before the Super Bowl, right? Like we have no games, got
Mhm.
nothing. And I was like, that's a great idea. Will never happen ever.
No.
Because
That
that's
is
like
not a
3
good
weeks
idea.
removed from the final
Right,
game of the
right.
season, but still.
But I like the
fantastic idea.
concept. I like the concept of a meaningful physical football game
Yeah.
rather than guys wearing shoulder pads and helmets playing two-hand touch.
Someone also, this will never ever happen because there's really no point to it, but bronze medal game, Chiefs versus Bucks.
Oh, God,
Now
no,
that-
that'll never happen.
Now that,
That'll never happen.
yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, right. Because
What's the
only
incentive?
well, that's the key. You see, the
Right.
key would be putting enough money on the line
Yep.
to
Yeah.
incentivize guys.
And that's why I say
Yeah.
when you do like so NBA has Saturday night, right? So you have the dunk contest, you have 3-point contest. The
And
dunk
people
contest is
complain-
now unwatchable. Hold on.
Complain endlessly.
The dunk contest is unwatchable. The skills competition is okay.
Mhm.
Everybody now watches the 3-point contest. It's now outdone the dunk contest, in my opinion.
Mhm.
If you're the NFL, do that, but have each one of your sponsors pony up $1 million, and each competition, the winner gets $1 million. These dudes will fist fight each other over $1 million if you put it out there for them to win. So you wouldn't have guys opting out of this. So you having guys trying to get into it.
Yeah. Do you realize that this weekend in Vegas, there was the NFL's Pro Bowl
Mm-hmm.
and there was the NHL's All-Star game? And I
Yes.
barely knew that either was really going on. And I'm not joking when I say I really, really, really did not watch
Good
1
tackle.
second of the Pro Bowl,
Me
but I knew
neither.
the rules were there's no tackling. So Alex was just showing a video for those of you that are listening. Alex was just showing a video. Quarterback throws the ball. I didn't even look at who was that Russell Wilson?
Russell Wilson.
Throws a pass. I didn't see to who. Receiver
Conner.
catches. Oh, really? So
Yeah,
running
here's
back
another
catches the ball. And what happens is these guys come up and it's two-hand touch. So the refs blow the whistle dead and the game and the play is over. But
Man,
there's
7 million people ain't watching this.
look how many people are there.
It's packed.
I mean, it is Vegas though,
I know, and it was a big weekend in Vegas, but
and
still,
that ticket's probably very affordable.
still, it's crazy. Hey,
But I
give
mean,
me
there's
one
no,
second.
there's no, there's no point to
ahead.
change it because it keeps drawing.
I know. I guess they get that, but that's what my point was: is that people are so football desperate.
Yeah.
You know, I'm actually starting to think to myself, what do I do when the Super Bowl's over? Like, I'm going back to what am I gonna
AFL,
do?
baby.
AFL.
AFL, the American Football League.
What's that?
It's starting the week after the Super Bowl.
What's the AFL? I don't know anything about it. You're telling me something I don't know.
So remember, there was the team that played here. What was that called?
Yeah.
And now there was another league that was started. I think this is the league that was started by the father of Manning.
Dude, you're wrong, man. There's no way there's something called the AFL starting the week after the Super
All
Bowl.
right.
No chance.
Talk amongst yourself. When you come back, I'll have it.
All right, good. I'm 99.9% sure you're wrong. Now,
All right.
doesn't mean that there won't
XFL
be
's coming
football.
back.
The XFL and the USFL is on its way back, but not the AFL. Let us
Go
know.
ahead, talk amongst
Let us know.
yourself.
All right. Hey, we're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com, just minutes from downtown San Diego. If you love blackjack and poker, you're going to love what's going on at 7 Mile Casino because they got Sammy's Restaurant and Bar over here. Great food, great beverage, smoke-free environment. Lots of love coming your way this week. 7 Mile Casino, 7milecasino.com. All right, I want to hear what happened with Grande this weekend when he went to West Coast BBQ.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
We are very proud to announce that the Mightier 1090 is SoCal's newest ESPN affiliate. Introducing the Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio. One of the largest radio stations in North America just got bigger and better. Joining forces with the worldwide leader of sports, ESPN. The Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio.
When California weather conditions create a high risk for wildfires, electric companies may shut off power in some neighborhoods as a precaution. These public safety power shutoffs could affect homes and businesses and interrupt power to your home, devices, and even our Cox facilities. During a PSPS, we'll work hard to keep customers connected to their Cox services in conditions that are safe for you, our employees, and our community. For information and updates, follow us on Twitter and visit Cox.com.
We were the first. We carry the fire that began civilizations, and then we built them. We strengthened a nation, and then we fought for it. We are scientists, poets, and lawmakers. We are artists, leaders, and warriors. And as we gaze toward tomorrow, we leave an indelible mark on the past. Black History Month on Your View is proudly brought to you by Subaru of El Cajon, an extraordinary experience for everyone.
Main streets are the heart of our communities, where we connect with our neighbors, support local businesses, and share new adventures. Main Street Living celebrates all of this, bringing you uplifting stories with guests from across the country and your community. Main Street Living covers what's important to you today, from our street to your street. Join Cheryl, Danielle, and Quincy for Main Street Living. Mondays at 9 on Your View.
I founded Driveway Auction after working in the automotive industry, becoming a dealer and questioning the process that puts consumers at a huge disadvantage when selling their cars.
The big difference between Driveway and the other services is that Driveway works for you. If you've ever tried to sell a car, you know that it's an awful process that makes you either go and meet strangers in parking lots to take test drives or sit at the dealership for hours and hours while they wear you down. Driveway eliminated all of that.
With Driveway Auction, we come to you, so we complete the 40-point vehicle inspection from the comfort and convenience of your own driveway.
We send an independent third-party inspector to take measurements of the car, take pictures of it, evaluate the condition.
We use that information to advocate for you, using our network of buyers to compete. And when they compete, you win.
They take over the whole process and you don't have to do anything.
Our clients get more money and a better process with Driveway.
Everybody at Driveway made me feel so comfortable during the whole process. It was a great experience.
Prospect Home Finance is a mortgage company. We specialize in residential refinances and home purchases. So Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, if you're going out looking for a pre-approval, to buy a new home, meet with the realtor. We would help you facilitate that and walk you through the process from A to Z. We specialize in getting homeowners loans for their dream home, but we also do more than that. So today we came down to Ocean Beach, partnered up with Surfrider, and had some team members come down here from Prospect, all pitched together, and had quite a bit of trash to clean up.
It's really heartening to see people come out and really care for the waterways.
It was great getting out here, and we're going to do it again soon. We're always looking for ways to give back to the community of San Diego. So if you have any ideas or need any help or support in any way, visit us at homefinance.com.
1090 just got bigger and better. Please join us in welcoming SoCal's newest ESPN affiliate, the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio. NFL, MLB, NBA, live game, the best sports talk programming with the largest signal in all of California. The mightier 1090 ESPN Radio.
Explore the Southwest lifestyle, the culture, the music, the food, y más. Join hosts J.R. Cardenas and Vanessa Ramirez on Su Vida.
Welcome to 2022. Did you make a New Year's resolution?
We have the top 10 most popular and our advice on the next Su Vida.
Watch Su Vida Sunday night at 7 on YourView and YourView.com.
Black History Month on Your View is proudly brought to you by Subaru of El Cajon, an extraordinary experience for everyone. We were the first. We carry the fire that began civilizations, and then we built them. We strengthened a nation, and then we fought for it. We are scientists, poets, and lawmakers. We are artists, leaders, and warriors. And as we gaze toward tomorrow, we leave an indelible mark on the past. Black History Month on Your View is proudly brought to you by Subaru of El Cajon, an extraordinary experience for everyone.
Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout with Haley Stasiak.
San Diego State men's basketball beat Nevada on Sunday night in a close one, 65-63. And who else would it be besides Matt Bradley, who had a game-high 26 points. Bradley tied his career high with 5 3-pointers and made 7 of 10 free throws to finish with 20 points or more for the second straight outing and 7th time of the season. He also had a team-high 7 rebounds and had 3 assists and 3 steals. Trey Pulliam had 9 points, 3 assists. Joshua Tomac scored 8 points. Keshad Johnson had 5 rebounds, and Lamont Butler had 4 rebounds. SDSU came back from not one, but 2 13-point deficits in the first half and were able to hold off the Wolfpack in the final 2 minutes to get the win. SDSU is back on Wednesday when they take on San Jose State in the Bay Area. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by YourView.
Prospect Home Finance, San Diego's mortgage leader, is celebrating 15 years of happy clients. HomeFinance.com is the go-to resource online or on your mobile device to discover your best home loan options.
Hi, I'm Jason Bondrak, CEO at Prospect Home Finance. I want to say thank you to all of our clients, both past and future. As part of our 15-year anniversary, we'll close your home loan in 15 business days.
Start your easy home finance process today at HomeFinance.com.
When California weather conditions create a high risk for wildfires, electric companies may shut off power in some neighborhoods as a precaution. These public safety power shutoffs could affect homes and businesses and interrupt power to your home, devices, and even our Cox facilities. During a PSPS, we'll work hard to keep customers connected to their Cox services in conditions that are safe for you, our employees, and our community. For information and updates, follow us on Twitter and visit Cox.com.
Welcome back. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, John Browner, and Alex Padilla.
All right, great friends. It is a Monday afternoon here on Kaplan and Crew. We are in the 7 Mile Casino studios along with Grande and the Brown Man. Lots to get to today, including later on, Jim Stieg, the former chief operating officer of the Chargers, who prior to that ran the Super Bowl for the NFL. Jim will be here with some great Super Bowl stories because the last time the Super Bowl was played in LA was 1993. That was the Michael Jackson halftime of the Bills versus the Cowboys. And Jim's got great stories to tell. So we'll hear those coming up a little bit later on. But before we do, fellas, we were talking last week about the Brian Flores lawsuit against the NFL, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I had a friend of mine ask me last night, a female who, doesn't think of herself as being like a sports expert, and doesn't really follow the news the way we all do. And she said, what is going on with the NFL? She said, explain to me what the story is with the NFL and this lawsuit and racism. And I said, look, it's real simple. Okay. The NFL created a rule so that you had to give minority candidates at least an opportunity to interview for these jobs. Unfortunately, by instituting that rule, people follow it, but what they do is they sort of tokenize these qualified guys. They're like, yeah, we're going to interview this guy. We don't have any interest in really hiring him, but we have to satisfy the rule. So we'll interview him. We'll tell everybody that we did it, and then we'll go hire the guy we really want to hire. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but that's the description I gave to this woman last night. You think that's
Seems accurate.
seem accurate to you? Okay.
Seems accurate. It's pretty accurate.
So as the weekend has gone on, and here we are on Monday, there were conversations, rumors, expectations about who's going to get these next few jobs that are still available. Browner, your former coach, Lovie Smith, they showed a picture of him on TV. I was like, who's that? They said Lovie Smith, the former Bears coach, might become the head coach of the Houston Texans. And when they showed Lovie Smith on TV, he had this big white beard, like big ass long Santa Claus beard. I was like, who's that? I didn't even recognize Lovie Smith. You've heard this story though, right?
Yeah, because apparently they've been told that they cannot hire Josh McCown. Like for optics. For optics, they're not going to hire Josh McCown now. So, but he will be on Lovey's staff. That I can guarantee you.
So is Lovie Smith going to just accept this disaster of a franchise and this front office because, hey, look, there's only 32 of these jobs. I'd really like to become a head coach again.
Plus, he was already there.
Right. I'm already living here. I don't have to move anywhere. And I was making $1 million last year as a coordinator.
Disaster.
Right. Now I can make $4 million this year as a head coach. And by the way, they need me. I'm black. This organization's a disaster. This league is a mess right now. They need me. Pay me.
This is Spano South. Like, this is terrible. This is just unbelievably terribly ran. The NFL needs to examine this franchise and their ownership group with a microscope, because they've bungled this thing so poorly. And I don't feel bad for the organization. I feel bad for the fans in Houston, because the Houston Texans had some of the best young talent in the NFL 2 years ago. And now none of them are on the team anymore. And the only one left doesn't want to play on it and didn't play for an entire calendar year because of what's going on with that organization. And the NFL's done nothing about it. And now they got this hiring fiasco where they have to put out a memo saying, this doesn't look good. After previously saying all of Brian Flores' claims were BS, basically.
Well,
without merit.
When you say this memo, for those of you that this weekend, had a life and you didn't realize that the NFL did put out a memo to all of the clubs. Alex, can you put that up on the screen and for me, I don't know if I'm going to need a microscope, a telescope, new glasses. I don't even wear glasses, but I need glasses. I can't even see.
I gave you the whole memo. I just screenshotted the memo.
Yeah.
I didn't even put it into a graphic. I wanted you to see it for what it is.
All right. Can you read it to us, please?
Subject: our commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion.
This is from Roger Goodell.
Commissioner Goodell, February 5th, 2022.
Okay.
You want me to read this whole thing?
Yeah, please.
Okay. I want to address a subject that many of us have discussed together, not only this week, but consistently for many years. Racism and any form of discrimination is contrary to the NFL's values. We have made significant efforts to promote diversity and adopted numerous policies and programs which have produced positive change in many areas. However, we must acknowledge that particularly with respect to head coaches, the results have been unacceptable. We will reevaluate and examine all policies, guidelines, and initiatives relating to diversity, equity, and inclusion, including as they relate to gender. We are retaining outside experts to assist in this review and will also solicit input from current and former players and coaches, advocates, and other authorities in this area. I'm still in the first paragraph. Our goal is simple: make our efforts and those of the clubs more effective so that real and tangible results will be achieved.
Mm-hmm.
Second or third paragraph. We understand the concerns expressed by Coach Flores and others this week. While the legal process moves forward, we will not wait to reassess and modify our strategies to ensure that they are consistent with our values and longstanding commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. In particular, we recognize the need to understand the lived experiences of diverse members of the NFL family to ensure that everyone has access to opportunity and is treated with respect and dignity.
Mm-hmm.
We also
God, this is a terrible memo. I mean, this
We
memo
also-
is just
You
like
need a
you talk
break.
about,
He needs a break.
right? You talk about like lip service. You talk about
Bro.
like, hey, I'm just saying stuff that sounds politically correct, and the stuff that I have to say because this memo is going to go public and everybody's going to read it, and I need to come off sounding, because that phrase he uses, the three words, something and inclusion, diversity,
equity, and inclusion.
Yeah. He uses it like three
I'll
times.
finish. We
Yeah.
also take seriously any issue relating to the integrity of NFL games. These matters will be reviewed thoroughly and independently. We expect that these independent experts will receive full cooperation from everyone associated with the league or any member club as this week proceeds. There is much work to do, and we will embrace this moment and seize the opportunity to become a stronger, more inclusive league.
Okay, so here's the
You
thing.
want me to tell you how this ends?
Yeah, go ahead.
The Dolphins are going to have to sell their team.
Nah.
Ross is going to have
No.
to sell that team.
No
Because
way.
they put this memo out because
Mhm.
they've got wind that they've got proof that he wanted him to lose games for $100,000 a game.
Mm-hmm.
That's why this memo came out. Because when Brian Flores initially came out, which they knew about in the building, not publicly, it wasn't public, they knew about it in the building about this lawsuit. They knew. And they still came out and said everything he said wasn't true. Only to come out a couple days later with a memo saying, we understand Coach Flores' concerns. That's because they've got the proof that Brian Flores has. And they have to do something about it. And so they're putting this out. They're laying the groundwork because they're going to make this guy sell.
I actually never thought about it that way, but it makes a whole lot of sense. Sure makes a whole lot of sense because they came out in a flash of a second with, hey, there is no merit.
Yeah.
And I even said it. I was like, how do they know? They didn't even look. They didn't even look. They just defended this dude blindly without even looking. And now as time goes by, I don't even think it's a pushback thing. The NFL has gone through all the pushback in the world. Do you think?
Yeah.
This is nothing. But if it is proven, I don't think that Ross will lose anything, or Giants or Broncos, about this hiring process. That ain't gonna do nothing.
Right.
But
gambling.
If the NFL has, or Brian Flores has it in writing somewhere, then I think Stephen Ross is gonna have to sell that team, dude. I agree.
You say if the likelihood that Stephen Ross, a billionaire business guy, would put in writing, I will pay you $100,000 per game that you lose, I will be absolutely shocked if there is evidence of that, one. And two, if there is evidence of it, I'll be shocked if the NFL doesn't protect one of their own. Look, if they didn't force Daniel Snyder to sell the Washington football team, which just became the Commanders, if they didn't force him to sell after all of the scandal that was going on inside of that franchise and the racist accusations because of the name, et cetera, I just would be very surprised knowing how the NFL takes care of their own.
We just saw it with the Panthers. Like, it doesn't.
Yep.
Like, proof is just all you need, man.
It's all you need.
Because they made Richardson sell the Panthers
Here's
immediately.
Where I disagree with you about the difference between the Commanders and what's happening with the Dolphins, and why what's happening with the Dolphins is more like the Panthers. Stephen Ross doesn't have as much pull as Daniel Snyder does within the NFL organization. Neither did Richardson. Two, this involves the integrity of the sport. What Snyder did was just like douchebag stuff. Like, I'm a rich guy, I'm a jerk. Look at me, I'm taking pictures of naked cheerleaders and sending them around to people because I'm a jerk. We have sexual harassment in our front office because we're jerks. what Ross is doing if they have physical proof of it. If he sent this to someone in a physical form that can be produced in a courtroom, which sounds like, because why would Flores come out and say this if he didn't have proof of it? That goes against the integrity of the game. That's rule number one. That's Pete Rose all over again.
Is Stephen Ross part of the good boys, the good old boys? Is he part of the Jerry Jones, Dan Snyder circle?
I don't really know for sure.
I think that's a big
Robert
reason.
Kraft's
I don't
in there
think
because he got caught in a massage parlor and nothing happened to him.
I don't think Richardson was part of that.
No,
that Jerry Jones circle.
Jerry Richardson was an older guy at that time of his life, and they've got a list of guys that they want to become owners, guys who are ready to pull the trigger as soon as the team becomes available. If the Miami Dolphins were to be sold, you could be talking about, because I think the Carolina Panthers, I'm trying to remember the exact price tag, but let's just call it $3 billion. I mean, if the Miami Dolphins get sold, you could be talking about like $4 billion.
Well, just I think
4.5.
the Broncos are the Broncos are about to set a new market.
Yeah,
I think the Broncos are going to go for whatever they sell. That's the floor.
But here's my question.
It is funny though. One thing about this.
Let me ask you a question, Scott.
Go ahead.
Because of what I said, because that's why things happen. Do you think Brian Flores, you think he would come out with a statement in a lawsuit like this without any proof, one, and two, the NFL, who doesn't back down to anything, would back down so quickly on his claims through this terribly written memo?
I just think that the NFL brotherhood tries to protect their own. And I just also find it hard to believe that an owner would be dumb enough to put in writing that I'll give you $100,000 for every game that you intentionally lose. Now, if that does happen, look, there's been a great shift, right? Alex, you brought it up. Yesterday, you're walking around Radio Row. There's a Fox Sports setup and there's a CBS Sports setup. And now FanDuel has a giant setup. Or here, I'll just give you an example. DraftKings, they're one of our sponsors, DraftKings. And the way DraftKings writes this is they are the official sports betting partner of the NFL. The fact that the NFL has an official sports betting partner is progress in and of itself, because forever all you heard about was there's no gambling, none allowed. People, when Las Vegas was trying to talk about getting a team, people, the old schoolers were like, Vegas can't have a team. Think about what's going to happen if NFL's in Vegas. They're going to throw games. They're going to influence decisions. No different than anywhere else on the planet, for that matter. Oh, well, the guys are going to get in trouble. No different than anywhere else. Point is that now the NFL has embraced gambling. So because they've embraced gambling, if it is true that an owner tried to pay a coach to intentionally lose, that's where there could be some real smoke, because now the NFL has real gambling partners, which gives me a chance to just remind everybody that you can take $5 and you can get 56-1 odds from DraftKings on the Super Bowl. They're the partners. DraftKings and the NFL, they are in business together, okay? 56-1 odds. You get $5. If your team wins, you get $280 in free bets. This is for new customers only. So here's what I ask you to do. For those of you that like to do this and like to have fun, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use our promo code. It's great, friends. You guys have been great to us, really, because they keep coming back to us. And they're saying your listeners, your viewers are downloading our app and they're using the promo code Great Friends. So thank you, everybody. For those of you that still haven't done it, download the DraftKings app. Use our promo code Great Friends. 56-1 odds on the game. And you bet $5, you win $280 in free bets. $5 turns into $280. Promo code is Great Friends. 56-1 odds at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. And if you have any problems, guys, because if this turns into more than just having fun, call 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, so let me talk to you about this, though. This whole conversation started with Brian Flores. Okay, so if Brian Flores makes these accusations against the NFL comes firing back with it has no merit. Then the NFL comes back with the memo that Alex just read for everybody. But then if you're the Miami Dolphins, what do you do? How do you save face in all of this? You know what you do? You hire an African-American coach, because that's been the story, right, Browner? That there were 9 openings and the first 6 were filled and they were all white guys. And people were complaining, where's Eric Bieniemy? Where's Byron Leftwich? Where are the qualified minority candidates? But the Miami Dolphins, they hired a black guy to be their new head coach. But the thing is, this black guy seems to be a white guy.
Physically colored. Like it sounds so wrong when you say it that way.
Yo, man. Oh my, the
Dude.
NFL, man. Oh,
I mean,
but this guy though, in all fairness to this guy is Mike McDaniel. He's the offensive coordinator of the 49ers. Like, I understand what you're saying 100%. But it wasn't like this was the only place he interviewed. You know, he was like a hot commodity for whatever
Really?
reason.
Really?
Yeah.
never heard of him.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him.
Okay, but you guys don't live on Twitter like I do. You guys don't live in the information sphere. I'm telling you. I mean, he was a candidate in multiple places. And
I gotta say, I never heard his name.
He took his name out. I love this guy so much. He smokes so much that he would not interview in any place where cannabis was not legal.
You're kidding.
What?
Publicly said that.
You're kidding.
No.
Now,
What?
but is cannabis legal in Florida?
Yeah.
No.
I don't think so. Is it?
You should recreationally. You need like a doctor's note to smoke it, but I think they have recreational marijuana in there, but they don't have like California's got it, or they definitely don't got like Colorado got it.
I'll say to my father, I'll say, Dad, you know, if you like the stuff you got at Torrey Holistics when you come out to visit, there's got to be dispensaries in Florida. And I think that I'm almost sure that like anybody can walk into a dispensary in California as long as they're of legal age.
Right.
But in Florida, I still think it's kind of the way it used to be in California, where you have to have a medical
Right.
card and you have to have some bogus doctor online that tells you you have
Right.
backache.
Well,
and
he
so on.
probably got that already then.
Yeah.
That-
But this
'cause they're-
guy,
yeah.
but isn't it kind of funny though? Like isn't it kind of funny that the Dolphins are the team at the center of this controversy by firing Brian Flores and then Flores's accusations. So they fired an African-American coach. Now they're hiring another African-American coach. The difference is this guy's African-American, but he's white.
And you hired the only black coach who tell you openly during the interview, hey man, I need to smoke weed at this job, y'all. I don't want to tell you. I need to smoke weed at this
I think
job.
you guys tomorrow I'm giving myself homework. This guy is the funniest freaking dude I've ever heard in the NFL. I will get clips of him doing press conferences with the media in San Francisco,
Mhm.
and
gonna
you
get
will
fired so fast.
become an instant Mike McDaniel fan.
Okay, well, listen, I'm open to it. I just, again, I don't mean to be so so flippant about it. Okay, the NFL has a monster problem on their hands where they're not hiring qualified African American men for these jobs. They finally hired a guy who's white, but they're advertising him as black because, and I love the reports, he calls himself biracial. So like that's what he calls himself. And somebody's put out a picture on Twitter today of his family, like at this wedding, and it's like half black people and half white people, you know? And so he's like, yeah, I'm biracial. I'm black and white. It just so happens you look at me, you think I'm white. But the reality is that look at all these black people in my family.
My father's black.
Yeah.
This ain't gonna fix the NFL's problem, man.
Well, but isn't this, but just from a comedy standpoint,
it's awesome.
they
It's
hired a
hilarious.
guy who's a black guy. It's just that he looks like a white guy. It's just that inside he's a black guy. Outside he's a white guy. That's funny.
Leave it to the NFL to hire the whitest black guy they could possibly find on anybody's coaching staff. Like what? What? Like
that's
again,
so
I'm the first person to tell you black people come in all shades and colors. Just 100%. We're all different. We all think different. We all want different things. Most of us have a lot of different experiences. But come on, y'all. For real. Y'all gonna pick the whitest black guy y'all can find and then throw the weed thing on top just because you know. Now, if he was gonna be an NBA coach, they wouldn't bat an eye at this.
I just looked at him when they
you
hired
can't get
him.
suspended anymore for smoking weed in the NFL. So
Well, they just put out a thing where they're spending a bunch of money to do studies about cannabis and recovery and NFL players. So
All those studies already been done. Let's let these dudes smoke and leave it alone.
I just saw the story though, and I went, okay, I gotta say, like the San Francisco 49er offense may be kind of creative just because of the way they've used Deebo Samuel. Not not high flying, not big
No.
statistic producing, etc.
No.
So they took a guy. It's like, why did they hire this guy? Well,
Because
the way I
the setup is exactly the same in Miami. They are hindered by their quarterback, and they need someone creative that has experience being hindered by their quarterback.
Oh, I was thinking about it differently. I was thinking the reason they hired him is because he says he's black, but on the outside he looks white.
But you
So
guys
it's like,
are.
I mean,
you
I'm
guys
literally
are-
thinking it's just black and white.
But you guys are under the assumption that Stephen Ross thinks he has a problem.
True.
That's the thing.
Yeah,
True.
you may be right. You
True.
may be
I think
right.
that's the biggest problem
Yeah.
that I have with this entire thing.
Billionaires don't think like us. He has no
Right.
problem right now.
Right.
All right, everybody stick around. We got a lot more to get to, including I would like to hear from Grande what happened on Saturday when he went down to West Coast BBQ shop down in Chula Vista, because there were a lot of great friends down there and there was all this great food happening. So I want to hear a report about what happened. Plus Jim Steig later on today on the history of the Super Bowl and the Super Bowl returning to LA. We'll get to all that coming up.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
We are very proud to announce that the Mightier 1090 is SoCal's newest ESPN affiliate. Introducing the Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio. One of the largest radio stations in North America just got bigger and better. Joining forces with the worldwide leader of sports, ESPN. The Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio.
Alive and Well at Your View want to send you and a guest on a fabulous vacation in Hawaii. You'll stay at the luxurious Fairmont Orchid Hawaii and experience their award-winning spa. Enjoy acres of gardens, waterfalls, an oceanfront pool, and white sand beach. Winners will also receive Sambucol Black Elderberry products to complete your wellness journey. Visit aliveandwell.tv for your chance to win.
Black History Month on Your View is proudly brought to you by Subaru of El Cajon, an extraordinary experience for everyone.
Prospect Home Finance, San Diego's mortgage leader, is celebrating 15 years of happy clients. HomeFinance.com is the go-to resource online or on your mobile device to discover your best home loan options.
Hi, I'm Jason Bondrak, CEO at Prospect Home Finance. I want to say thank you to all of our clients, both past and future. As part of our 15-year anniversary, we'll close your home loan in 15 business days.
Start your easy home finance process today at HomeFinance.com.
Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout with Haley Stasiak.
San Diego State men's basketball beat Nevada on Sunday night in a close one, 65-63. And who else would it be besides Matt Bradley, who had a game-high 26 points. Bradley tied his career high with 5 3-pointers and made 7 of 10 free throws to finish with 20 points or more for the second straight outing and 7th time of the season. He also had a team-high 7 rebounds and had 3 assists and 3 steals. Trey Pulliam had 9 points, 3 assists. Joshua Tomac scored 8 points. Keshad Johnson had 5 rebounds, and Lamont Butler had 4 rebounds. SDSU came back from not one, but 2 13-point deficits in the first half and were able to hold off the Wolfpack in the final 2 minutes to get the win. SDSU is back on Wednesday when they take on San Jose State in the Bay Area. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Your View.
1090 just got bigger and better. Please join us in welcoming SoCal's newest ESPN affiliate, the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio. NFL, MLB, NBA, live game, the best sports talk programming with the largest signal in all of California. The mightier 1090 ESPN Radio.
Today, we proudly held the ribbon cutting ceremony for our new office in La Jolla, California. Here we are in the Merrill Lynch building, right in the middle of the village, and really, really happy to be part of this neighborhood. This is really special to Prospect in that it almost signifies the fact that we've grown up officially. We have survived the past 15 years by being very agile. We come to this one amazing location from 3 separate offices. So it's fantastic having everyone under one roof. This is going to do wonders in terms of streamlining our operations, being able to communicate with someone down the hall as opposed to someone who's several blocks away is going to be terrific. Our CEO, Jason Vondrack, he's a very humble person, but I know this day really, really means a lot to him in that he has led this company for 15 years. And he started this business out of a studio apartment. And look where we are now. That's huge. I think this new space signifies just endless possibilities for prospects. I mean, we're headquartered in La Jolla, but we do business all around the country. So our goal is to be licensed to offer home financing in all 50 states, and we're well on our way.
Prospect Home Finance. Fast, friendly, affordable.
I would describe former Commissioner Weekly as a very thoughtful, engaged, and also a very inspiring leader.
He is one of those walking examples of sort of a full circle moment of community engagement, community support, and leadership.
I had very humble beginnings, and to see that my life had purpose, or it has purpose, that it's impacting someone else's life, wow, it's an extraordinary feeling.
He's definitely paved the path for many in not only District D and the historic West Side, but all across our region.
I hope that this inspires some young person who may have had a humble beginning like mine to know that you can make it. You can make it. Allow people out there to love on you and encourage you and pour into you.
Prospect Home Finance is a mortgage company. We specialize in residential refinances and home purchases. So Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac. If you're going out looking for a pre-approval to buy a new home, meet with the realtor, we would help you facilitate that and walk you through the process from A to Z. We specialize in getting homeowners loans for their dream home, but we also do more than that. So today we came down to Ocean Beach, partnered up with Surfrider, and had some team members come down here from Prospect, all pitched together, and had quite a bit of trash to clean up.
It's really heartening to see people come out and really care for the waterways.
It was great getting out here, and we're going to do it again soon. We're always looking for ways to give back to the community of San Diego. So if you have any ideas or need any help or support in any way, visit us at homefinance.com.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Black history represents integrity, character, strength, dependency, leadership, so many things. I am attorney Stephen Nwobe. I'm the owner and managing attorney of Nwobe Law Group. We are a personal injury law firm here in Las Vegas, Nevada. When I mentor young Black children or the Black youth here in our community, there's some key lessons that I want them to take away from that mentorship. And those things are, I want them to be confident, I want them to be well-grounded. I want them to understand that they will grow up in a society that will demand more of them than their peers. I want them to know that they'll have to work twice as hard to become successful. I want people to know and understand that Black history is not only for Black people. Black history is American history, and Black history should be celebrated year-round.
If you love animals, Animal Zone is for you. From rescues to animal experts, Animal Zone is fun for the whole family. Watch Animal Zone right here on YourView, Saturdays at 8:30 a.m. And visit animalzone.org to learn more about the show.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and crew show on the mightier 1090 a.m. ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.